Hello everyone, this is Yvonne from Yvonne Ceramics. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to glaze these plates. So these plates have fresh flower impressed on them, and then they have a more pastel washed color. So I use Underglaze wash on them, and I'll be showing you this technique today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos each week. Let's take a look at the pieces we'll be working today. So we have this type of plate where I impress the whole flower onto the clay slab. And so this will be one whole flower. And then the second type of plate we'll be working on will be this type where there is a small bee and smaller flower impressed onto the clay slab to become a plate. Today with the colors, we'll be using Underglaze wash. So I have my paint palette here and some Underglazes by Spectrum. Underglaze wash is when I use scoop a little bit of the underglaze here and then mix it with water to become a more watery underglaze consistency, more like a wash. And the reason why I'm using Underglaze wash is so that the color can go into the grooves like these ones here. I want to start with this type of dish first. So for the middle of the flower, I will be doing a mix of yellow and orange. And then the original flower petals was pink. So I'm going to do alternating of pink, purple, pink here, to just give it a more interesting variety on the color of the plate. For this one, it'll be same yellow and orange, and then the original flower was orange on this one, but I don't want to have the same color as the middle of the flower, so I'm going to change the petal color into more like a purple and blue for the petals here. So we'll start by mixing the Underglaze wash. So I have the Spectrum Dandelion, which is a yellow underglaze. I'm going to just scoop a little bit out onto my paint palette. And then I have a droplet with water, and I'm just gonna start with a little bit of water to see the consistency of the wash. I'm just mixing it with a small paintbrush. You can see here, I'm trying to mix it really well so it's integrated with the water. I mix the yellow and orange Underglaze wash. For the orange, I'm using Spectrum Leon Orange here. And so first I'm going to start with the yellow wash. I'm going to start with the middle here. And then I will alternate with the orange. Should let me get the turntable. Okay, so now I'm on the turntable, it'll be easier. So I'm just going to turn the turntable while I am spreading the orange color on. If it's not enough, then get some more. So you can see the color of the Underglaze wash is very, very light as compared to using full-on Underglaze from the jar. And now I'm going to do another layer of yellow here. Okay, so then next I'm going to do the pink and purple. Next I have already mixed up the purple and the pink underglaze wash here. I'm going to start with purple on the edge. You can see there's the petals here, so I'm gonna just start with like that. So you can see the petal did not go all the way to the edge here. There's a little bit gap, so I'm just carefully just painting with just the petal. My initial design was to do pink and then purple and then pink. But then looking at it now, I think I'm just going to do pink and then purple, just the two color mix on the petals. So I finished with the pink. Now I'm going to do the purple. I'm going to start in the middle here. You can see it's already, you can see the outline of the flower petals. I'm going to go over the second time to make the purple a little bit darker in color. As for the second plate, I'm going to do something different. I'll start with yellow in the middle, like that. Put it down. And then I will do the orange on the outside. This is orange. just gonna do another coat of orange because it's kind of a little bit lighter in color. Just going to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to clean my brush and just using a wet brush to kind of blend these two together a little bit. Just getting some water to blend them. And get a little bit of yellow. Fill that in. Okay, then I am going to now do the petals. This time I'm going to do blue, and this green is kind of like this is a leaf green. It's a lighter green, so I am going to start with the blue. The blue is a spectrum lavender. So I've already mixed it with water, so I'm going to start with the edge here. And since this one is kind of different from the first plate, where this one, the edge is cut along the outline, the shape of the flower, so I can go all the way to the edge when I'm painting it. And then I will do the green. Okay, let's start with the green. So the green is a very lighter shade of green. I'm going to keep layering it, even though it doesn't look that good right now. I'm just doing a first coat of the color. Okay, then I'm gonna do the blue again. Just mixing it with the green. So I'm working quite fast right now so that it doesn't dry it up, and I'm mixing both blue and green together at the line here. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll keep layering it on top. So I finished painting these two. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll put a clear coat of glaze on the top, then they'll go into glaze firing. Okay, so let's paint this plate with the two smaller flower and the bee. So right here you can see the lines here. I'm gonna try to paint it with yellow. So I'm gonna load my brush with yellow wash. See if I can paint that. And here as well. Okay, then I'm going to do pink and purple for this flower. Okay, let's start with this petal here and load it with pink. Be careful not to go out of line. Okay, and since there's an overlap, so this one I want to do purple here, and then there's another one here. I'll do pink. So I always want to mix it, load my brush with pink, and then I'll start here. These petals are more delicate than the other ones because I'm alternating colors. So that's pink, and then that's purple, and then this one I'll do pink. I notice I'm starting with a lighter color, so pink is a lighter color than the purple, so I'm starting with a lighter color, and then it's darker on the tip, then it goes lighter towards the center. You can do it the other way around as well. Okay, so I got 3 petals of pink and then 3 purple as well. Okay, let's get the purple one. Washing my brush. And then that's purple. Loading my brush with purple. And then we'll start. This time I'm gonna start in the middle. Okay. Loading my brush again. Starting with middle here. Okay, so starting with middle means the middle part will be a darker purple to lighter purple. And then there's light. The next one here, the last petal, it's kind of hard to see, kind of right here. Actually, I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna do green on this one here. So, washing my brush. For the stock, I'm using a darker green, which is Spectrum Mid Green, and already mixed it with water. So I'm gonna start with the middle here. For the next flower, it might be hard for you to see. There's actually 4 petals here. I'm going to do all 4 the same color, and this time using Mako's Wedgwood Blue, which is a lighter blue color. I'll start with the easiest one, which is this petal here. And then this petal here. It's kind of hard to see. And then there is this one here. And there's this one here. Now as for the bees, I'm going to paint the whole bee yellow first. This time I did not dilute the underglaze yellow. I'm just going to do the whole thing yellow with undiluted underglaze because I want the bee to pop, to be really bright. And then the wings, I'm going to do light blue. Okay, so now I'm going to put black stripes on the bee. And that's it for painting this plate. Wait till it's dry, then I'll clear glaze the whole thing and put it in glaze firing. I won't demonstrate the other 2 plates because it's very similar to what I'll do on this one. So I finished my glaze firing and I want to show you guys the results. These are the 2 big flower plates fired on porcelain clay with underglaze wash, blending the colors together. I think both look very beautiful. And then these are same thing, same clay, using the underglaze wash. As you can see, the orange is more vibrant and saturated than the other colors. This one you can still see the pattern of the flower petals showing through here. It's because I think the whiteness of the clay makes the whole plate very soft and delicate. This is my favorite one so far because I think the color combo and how soft the colors are together, it's really nice. So that's it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.